Alright, welcome back guys. This is the settings. We're starting on a new one because there was a pretty big update of religion. So, we're only restarting because it was a pretty big update. If it was like a minor thing, would have continued. Am I not allowed to zoom? Okay, there we go. I just had to... Whatever. Anyway, so let me make sure I know where Tokyo is. Okay, Tokyo is just about right there. So we're going to start this off fresh and new. We're in East Asia, so that is not repetitive. We're going to start off with Tokyo. The spin, you're still not going to be able to see the spin wheel, but it will come into it soon. We're doing 100 turns here. So Tokyo will just smallly expand in the island of Japan. We're going to go to them again because there's nobody else. They're going to found religion. They're going to found Shintoism. We're going to make that a darker red. So there we go. So now if we go here, we'll see there's a darker red that signifies Shintoism. They're still going to keep going up because we have nobody else yet here. I hope that we get like a split or something so that I don't have to restart the video. New nation, let's go. We're going to make Pyongyang. They're going to be North Korean blue. And they're going to start over here in North Korea. Now the spin wheel will come into it, even though you won't see it. We're going to expand up to this river. Try not to cross it yet. There we go. We have two nations. Next up is Tokyo, chosen by the wheel. They're going to smallly expand. They're going to keep expanding on the coast here around Mount Fuji. They still haven't got all of it yet, so that's why I'm saying around. And the wheel really loves Tokyo because they're back up. Oh, never mind. New nation, new nation. We're going to come in with Taipei in Taiwan. That is the capital, right? Don't even know. They're going to get this island. They're going to get to mainland China. It is correct, but the wheel still loves Tokyo. They're going to found another religion. We're just going to rename Shintoism with a different color. Cool, that's a great turn. Sorry, Tokyo. I wish this game had, like, for countries that already have a religion, the found religion is not available to pop up anymore. Because why would they found a religion even though they already have one? You know what I mean? Like, just have a card. Abolish religion. And now they're a non-religious country again. Could have done that, but I don't make the game. Finally, someone different. We're going to go to Pyongyang, as they're going to expand more in the Korean Peninsula. You know, getting down into where South Korea is. Oh, they're hill dwellers. What are you? Mountaineers? Hill dwellers? Jesus Christ. Now we're going back to Tokyo, because where else would we go? So now we're going to go down more this coast. They're trying to get all of Japan, but Japan is pretty fucking big. Now we're to Taipei, who they're going to continue their conquest in the mainland China. Almost said Japan. And yeah, they're not going to go down to the Philippines because they want China. So I think you can understand. Now we're going to go back to Tokyo because the wheel loves them. They're living in 2029 with their size, but now they're going to get a little bit more. They are now in the year 2190. We're going over to Pyongyang, who will largely expand in the Korean Peninsula. Even getting this island right here. There's Tsushima, but they're not going to get that. That will come later. They're just trying to get the Korean Peninsula right now. Now we're going down to Taipei, who will largely expand in mainland China. They're going to just get quite a long border here on the coast. And they have aspirations of moving inland more. You know what I mean? They already have their port cities and all that. They just want more farmland back here. You know what I mean? That's probably all this land is good for, just farmland. Now we're going all the way over to Tokyo, as they will expand mediumly. So they're going to expand here. They're going to start getting onto this island, and their next turn is going to be just trying to get that island mainly. Now we're sticking with Tokyo. They will adopt a religion. Well, since there's only one religion, they're going to adopt their own. Sorry, Tokyo. And we're back to them. They get a redo. As they largely expand, they start taking the Peanut Island here and go back up to mainland. Then we're going back down to Taipei, who still wants some farmland. They're going to adopt religion. Since there's only one religion in the world, you're going to adopt Shintoism. So now if we look here, Pyongyang gets erased because there is no religion there. But Shintoism has expanded off Japan. Even though they really should not know each other exists, but we're going to pretend like shipping lanes exist and they're trading with each other and they're actually kind of friends. We're sticking with Taipei. Never mind. We're going to go all the way down here and get Bangkok. I definitely spelled that wrong. No, I spelled that right. But we're gonna get Bangkok. What are we doing in Bangkok? If you know, you know. And we're sticking with Bangkok. As they will small expand, they're gonna go down into the Cambodian lands on the coast here. They are mountaineers. Well, that's fucking great. Mountains are north, and that's not where I want you to go. That's fucking amazing. We're going back to Pyongyang for the first time in a while, who still wants the Korean Peninsula. They're gonna largely expand. They're gonna acquire more of where South Korea would be, going into North Korea again. Now we're going over to Tokyo, who still wants... Never mind. Their new leader is a hill dweller. Isn't that the same thing you just were, or were you a mountaineer? I don't even remember. Now we're going back over to Pyongyang, who will union. Well, because there is no storyline purpose, and it would make no sense for them to union with anyone, they're going to unite with themselves. Sometimes unions are going to fall through. They want to union with Tokyo, let's say, and Tokyo's like, no. So they have to unite with themselves, basically, meaning that it failed. Alright, that's how I'm gonna bullshit my way through that. Now we're going back down to Bangkok, who, this time, will mediumly expand. They're gonna expand more south here. They're just trying to outline this ocean. Is this still the Pacific? What exactly is this part of ocean called? Don't know, don't care. They're going back up to Tokyo, though. And by they, I mean we, us. Tokyo is gonna get more of this southern mainland. That one pixel is gonna piss me off until I get rid of it. Pyongyang is back up, and they're gonna found a religion. Well, in real life, Pyongyang is atheist. So atheism. And we're gonna make that color like a dark red, even though that's what Shintoism was at one point, but that's besides the point. Look at that. So we have atheism and Shintoism on the map. Now we're going back down to Bangkok, the only non-religious one so far. And they're going to expand, getting more of this coastline. Now they look like they're ready for some Bangkok, if you know what I mean. Okay, I'm going to stop talking. Now we're going back up to Pyongyang, the atheists. They're going to... Okay, we're going to make atheism 2. Just called atheism again. Again, wish that, oh, hey, they already have a religion, so they can't found one. Instead, replace that with, like, a abolish one. You know what I mean? They abolish religion. They're back to default settings, you know what I mean? We're going down to Taipei, who still wants farmland. They're the farmers of this video, of this series. They're the farmers. As much flat land as they can have, they will take. And China has a lot of flat land. That's why they're kind of expanding this way instead of down here, where there's more mountains and shit. And, you know, this is all going to be underwater in a few years anyway, so it's fine. They want up here. We're going to Tokyo again. As Tokyo will finally clear that pixel and get the rest of the southern mainland. This island is going to be no one's for a while. They're going to expand down to this southern island, though, and they're going to go up to Tsushima. And they're just going to start expanding more south until they get to this point and realize, hey, Taipei already has everything down there. We should probably try north, because that's unexplored to us. We don't know what it looks like. Now we're back with Tokyo, as they will build a castle. And I remember saying Tokyo was about right here. Oh, by the way, guys, big update. With the Faith update, you can now rename castles. So if I was to do like that, boom, I could rename it. Bang. That, I don't know why that wasn't in the game to begin with, but it's here now. My lord, this wheel loves Tokyo, because we're sticking with them. They're going to expand, get pretty much the rest of this island, and start getting these little islands down here as well. And then realize, oh hey, Taipei already took it. Let's go north. So we're going to start going north and seeing what's up there. Maybe it leads to something. It doesn't. Maybe it doesn't. It doesn't. Now we're going back down to the godless ones, Bangkok. Even though Pyongyang is also godless. So Bangkok now has a choice between atheism and Shintoism. I'm going to go start a wheel on that as well. They are going to become Shintos as per the wheel. So now if we look at this, Shintoism has spread far and wide. Atheism just has one nation. We're sticking with Bangkok, as they are now with a god, and they're going to largely expand. They're going to expand westward to start, you know, beefing up their border a little bit. They got a little chair and a basketball flying overhead. I wish I can get rid of that. We're gonna go up to Taipei now, who really still wants farmland, which is why they're gonna expand more north. And we'll see how their farmland adventures go later. Because they are hill dwellers, and there's no hills in sight. So their turns are gonna be very quick. Speaking of, we're sticking with Taipei, who will mediumly expand. They're gonna follow this river for a little bit and then connect their territory. We're sticking with Taipei. This wheel really loves them right now. They're gonna found religion. They found Buddhism. So now they are Buddhists. I'm just, by the way, I went with Tokyo, like, what's the main religion of Tokyo? Shintoism, okay. What's the main religion of Taipei? You know, what did I just say? Buddhism. But there we go. That explains why I'm choosing those. Bangkok, though, because it was adopt religion, meaning it wasn't found one. Bangkok obviously probably isn't Shinto, but there was only 2 choices and the wheel chose. So does that make sense? Okay, cool. But even though, if it says adopt, I'm spinning the wheel. No matter if it makes sense or not. This is my world, and you're living in it. Tokyo is up, though, as they will largely expand to the north and try to see where this land truly takes them, and they're kind of realizing this might be feudal. It was a complete accident of a pun, but now we're going to Bangkok. Never mind, new nation. You know who I want to see succeed? Brunei. I want to see Brunei succeed, so they're going to expand on this coast in a circle. They are mountaineers. Well, that's fucking great. There's not that many mountains down here. Why do you pick the worst one? Now we're going back up to Bangkok, who will finally get their turn, and they will finally close that little gap right there, but not closing their legs. That's for damn sure. They're gonna expand more, beef up this border, and now they are looking a little bit better. They still kind of just look like a woman's legs or pliers or whatever have you. Now we're going back down to Brunei, sticking down here. They are going to smallly expand. They're going to follow this coastline real quick and go down on it. Now they look like half a grenade. Now we're going up to Taipei, who are the farmers, remember? They're going to union. They're going to ask Japan, because remember, they're friends with Japan, they're Tokyo. And, you know what? Here's what we're going to do. The RNG says, you know what? No, go fuck yourself. And Taipei is bit, you know, what the hell is that name? Is a bit dejected. Their friend just said no. And now this might dampen relations, especially with these shipping lanes. Who knows? Will we see Taipei become less farmers and more warriors? You know what I mean? Well, is that what's going to happen? Hey, you know, it's better to have a warrior in the garden than a gardener on the warplane. You know what I mean? And they have a lot of gardens. So who knows what they got over there. Brunei. Also, by the way, it's Brunei's turn, but before this update, you were able to say, okay, they want to unite. I can right click on them and then make them unite under Tokyo instead of having them unite under Taipei. But now you can't do that, so they would have had to be Taipei up here. That just is boring. Why are we getting rid of Tokyo for that stupid shit? You know what I mean? Why can't I just right click, boom, now you're gonna be Tokyo. But, you know, whatever. They're gonna smallly expand, Brunei is. Yeah, they're not gonna have a fun time until their leader is assassinated. Most of these guys, actually. Pyongyang is up, the atheists. Haven't seen them in a while. They will largely expand in the Korean Peninsula, following the coast up to this river, going across it, and they're gonna come back across and get their land fully done. Now we got Taipei, who will largely expand. They're still dejected, but there's not much they can do about it for now. And we're going down to Bangkok, who will largely expand. They're gonna go down this coastline even more and then beef up the border just a tiny little bit. Now we got Brunei, who, the little guy that could, they're not even at 1,000, but now they are. Now they're at 1,000. Look at that, they're at 1169. Just stay away from Bangkok. Now we're going up to Tokyo, who, kind of a dickhead, but, you know, they're not having the greatest time. They're getting frustrated, and, you know, that's perfect time. And they're getting frustrated with this northern expansion leading to nowhere, but no one's more frustrated than southern Tokyo, who says, you know, enough's enough. We want freedom, and they're gonna get it. By God, they're gonna get it. I would do Kobe, but Kobe will split off from Osaka if it allows. So Osaka is here. They're just gonna get a little bit of land here. I wish I, by the way, for splits, it's always proportionate to how big the nation that is being split up is. So because Tokyo's pretty big, it's proportionate to that. That makes no sense. You know what I mean? That makes no sense at all. And because like sometimes a rebellion is 1 city, 2 cities, 5 cities, or half the damn nation, but it's not all the time going to be proportionate to the size of the empire, you know what I mean? So you should be able to draw and rebel as much as you want and then click OK, done, no matter how big or small, you know what I mean? But that's just me. But now Tokyo is split in half. We'll see how that goes for them politically and economically and all that. Osaka is back up, as they're going to go down and steal more land from their former leader and, you know, go all the way down there. Now they are next to Taipei and they're like, wait a minute, you're not Tokyo. Yeah, we broke off from them. Do you want to be friends? Yeah, we're not like them. We actually like you. If you asked us to unite, we would have said yes. Really? Yeah. Let's be friends. Yeah, deal. And boom, they're friends. Now Osaka is going to sail across the sea, get these islands. They know how to use boats. You know what I mean? They were the main ones doing the shipping lanes, you know, under Tokyo's control. They're just getting all that islands, and then they find their way all the way down here. They find their way in Indonesia. So very far from home. We'll see how the people like that. You know what I mean? Speaking of, we're sticking with Osaka. I have to zoom in a lot. They're going to mediumly expand down here. They're just trying to get colonies, and also just in case, you know, Tokyo comes down to persecute them, they're already down here. They're fine. Now we're going up to Pyongyang, who still want to complete the Korean Peninsula, and they're going to do that a little bit. Not all the way, but they almost have it. This island's still just unsettled. Now Pyongyang is still up, as they're going to basically complete it. I mean, everything under this river has been gotten, so they're good. Now we're going over to Tokyo, who is frustrated, but the government's like, okay, let's just leave it for now. Economically wise, we need whatever could be up here. So they're like, the prospect of the North is so much better than getting into debt over a war. And we'll see if they, you know, find out it's useless, or if something else happens to them, you know what I mean? Taipei is up, still a bit dejected, but happy now that they have a friend, but the people don't care. They're like, you sided with a rebeller, so we're gonna rebel from you. And who's rebelling, you wonder? That's a good question. Let me look. It's Fuzhou. However you pronounce that. It's Fuzhou, which is about right here. They're gonna get all this northern territory, at least all they can get. Not all of it, but they have, you know, split them into 3 basically. So Fuzhou is now here. They're going to be feuding. They're angry at them for siding with a rebellion, so they're going to rebel. Bit hypocritical, but it's cool. Now Osaka is up. They're going to keep expanding southwards in Indonesia. They find this big island. They're like, hey, this could be money. This could be money. And, you know, if they are able to settle down here, they're going to build tourist destinations. You know what I mean? This is going to be a tourist hotspot. They're going to, you know, make a lot of money off this. They're the Rome of this video, but they're less scummy. Now we're going up to Fuzhou, who hates Taipei with a passion. Never mind, they're going to ignore it for now. Now we got this city, which is right up here. I only picked it because it sounded like haiku, you know, like the poetry style. They're going to expand north because they don't want to be stuck on an island. And, yeah, they're going to, you know, they're mainly like a water empire. You know what I mean? They love ports, so they're going to try to get as much coastland as they can. Now we're going to Taipei, who needs to quell this rebellion of Fuzhou. They're going to smallly expand and kick them out of their namesake as they close in on killing the rebellion. Maybe they're going to call help from Osaka, who knows. But we're going to Tokyo, who still doesn't want the headache of war and the debt that comes with it because of the the future prosperity they think they can get from this northern island, which they won't get. Now we're going down to Osaka, who, while Japan doesn't care about them, they're going to found a religion, so they're leaving the Shintoism behind. They're going to found this thing, which will be characterized by this color right here. This is Minzoku Shintoism, so it's still Shintoism, but it's a different sect of it. So, you know, you cannot see that, but you can't change the color. Now we're going back up to Tokyo. Future prosperities they think they can get. They're going to adopt a religion. Will they stick with it? They're leaving behind their Shinto ways to adopt atheism. That's what the wheel spun. They could have stuck with Shintoism, but they didn't. So they're adopting atheism because they're a bunch of atheists. Very hard time for Tokyo. They're going through religious struggles. That's how you know it's bad. Now we're going to Osaka, who still want to set up this tourist destination. They're going to adopt a religion. Let's see if they stick with it. Or will it die out? They're going to stick with their religion. It's not going to die out because they want to keep it. But they did second guess it, so who knows? Maybe there's trouble brewing. Now we go up to Fuzhou, though, who will smallly expand. They lost their namesake, but they're going to be taking some land back. They need a large expansion to really try killing Taipei. Now we go down to Brunei, has been chilling for a while, and they're going to largely expand down here, going to this river. You know, they're going to expand down this coast to this river. And yeah, they're probably just going to stay on this island for the next few hundred years. Pyongyang is up. They're going to largely expand. And while I'm doing this, they're going to expand north. While I'm doing this, every time there's like a major update that adds like a huge new layer to the game, like last time, castles were added in the middle of it, but that wasn't such a big update to the point where I'm like, okay, let's start a new save. Faith adds another layer to it. That's why I restarted here. Okay, does that make sense? So say there's another huge update that adds something like major, and it's not like minor, like a castle that does basically nothing. Then we're restarting the save on something else. Does that make sense? Cool, okay, great. Now we're going down to Bangkok, who's been chilling for a while. They're gonna go and try to union, but they don't border anyone, so the union fails. Tokyo just went through religious struggles after a, split happened, and they're getting frustrated with this lack of results from their northern expansion, but they have hope. They're atheists, so they don't have much, but they have hope. Now we're going back down to Fuzhou, still trying to rebel from Taipei fully, and they're going to smallly expand. They're not going to get much progress done for a while, but they have now that river control. Now we're going down to Brunei, still just chilling on this Borneo here, as they're going to expand, do a little bit of this and a little bit of that. Now we're going to Haiku, is what I'm going to be calling it, even though that's definitely not how you pronounce it. They still want coast. They love coast. They love everything to do with coast. Anything they can put a port on, they will have. And, they might be able to find a friend. They're like, hey, wait, who are you guys? And they're like, oh, you're Bangkok? We're Haiku. You seem cool. Let's be friends. And Bangkok is like, I don't know about you, but for now I'll say yes, because I don't know what you have in that backpack of yours. So they're going to turn to northern expansion, and that's where their turn is going to end. Now, speaking of, Bangkok is here. They're going to smallly expand, try to get as far enough away from Haiku as they want, because Haiku is definitely that weird kid at the back of your class that didn't speak a single word for the whole year. Now we're going to Taipei, still trying to quell a rebellion from Fuzhou, and they're going to mediumly expand, start cutting off Fuzhou on the coast as they expand upwards, and get to the river again, start claiming control of it once more. Fuzhou, far from home here. Now we're going down to Brunei as a break, because whenever that war continues, we have to go to Brunei for a break, it seems. Now we're going up to Fuzhou. They don't want to lose, so they're going to largely expand. They finally gained the courage and the strength to try to get back a lot of land, and they do make a lot of progress. It's just not good enough. Now we're going up to Tokyo, who is still frustrated. Tensions are rising in the nation, and who knows, it might be the breaking point if this never works out. We're sticking with Tokyo, as they're going to largely expand. They get a burst of energy like, well, hey, we might be able to do it. They get to islands, they're like, this has to lead to something, right? This has to lead to something, and we'll see if it leads to something. It doesn't, but we'll see. We go down to Brunei to take a breather right now. things were getting a little too exciting. Speaking of exciting, they must be excited because they get a large expansion. Now we're going over to Bangkok, still trying to get far away from that loser. They're going to found a religion. They're going to found Theravada, whatever that is. Now if we look at the religion map, you can hardly see this one, but it's there. We have atheism, this sect of Shintoism, Buddhism, and something that is also technically Buddhism, but it's cool. It's different. It's differently named. And now we take a breather to Brunei, who will build a castle. And the castle is about right there. And it's that thing, Bandar Seri Begawan. We're gonna say I said that right. And you know, we're sticking with Brunei, who just got the funds to build a castle, and they're gonna continue expanding for maybe more locations to put a castle. Now we're going up to Haiku, who still wants to expand north, get more coast, but they're gonna try to union, and they ask, hey, Bangkok, do you want to union with us? And Bangkok's like, I don't like you like that. And Haiku cries to themselves as their unite fails. We are never going to have a good opportunity for a unite, I'm telling you right now. It's only going to happen if it's like, if Tokyo says, hey, Osaka, let's unite, maybe, right? If Fuzhou's like, see, because now because of the thing where I can't right-click and choose who's going to unite with who, and which comes out as the winner, if I get unite on Fuzhou, I'm not making this Fuzhou as well. This still has, this makes more sense to be Taipei, and them to join in back to them. So it's like, I can't win with the unites anymore. I should turn them off. But there's going to be one opportunity where it's good. There's going to be one, so I'm keeping it up. Now we're back with Tokyo, who, let's see if they find anything, and they don't. They realize it was a huge waste of time, and they're like, oh no! And they lost so much money from the southern lands here. They're like, we need it back. So they're gonna start going in. They declare war, even though they were already at war. They declare it again. And Osaka's like, oh, that looks bad. And Osaka's like, oh god, now we have to defend ourselves. What do? We can't call in on our ally because they're fighting rebellion. And Tokyo, matter of fact, is back up. They're gonna smallly expand. They're gonna keep taking Peanut Island here. That's what I'm calling it. I don't care what it's actually named right now. They're gonna cut them in half. This is not looking good for Osaka. They need a miracle. And we're gonna take a breather and go to Bangkok, who needs to get the hell away from Haiku, because they're weird. Now we're back to Tokyo. By God. They're gonna mediumly expand. They're cutting them off. They're cutting them off even more. Look at this. They got little patches of land now. Tokyo is encircling them. They almost have to surrender. And now we go over to Haiku, who is, you know, crying right now. And they're going to smallly expand. They're going to reach Taipei. They're like, hey, do you want to be my friend? Taipei's like, now's not the time, buddy. And they're like, you know what I mean? And so, but you know, the leader gets their head out of their ass and they're like, you know what? It's war, and they declare war on Bangkok for hurting their damn feelings and making them cry. And you know what? They're gonna keep pounding them. That's not the right term to use with Bangkok, but they're gonna keep going after them. They're like, hey, you wanted to make me cry? I'm gonna make you cry. Where's your mom at? You know what I mean? They're gonna keep going into them. Now we go up to Taipei, still fighting a rebellion. They're gonna mediumly expand. They're gonna try to quell this bitch for good. They're gonna encircle them almost. Meanwhile, we go to Pyongyang, who, guess what? Is going to help their atheist buddy. They're going to take Tsushima Island. They jumped ship. They made it to the mainland, taking some land from Tokyo, but they're cool with it for now. And they're going to sail around. They're going to take the southern islands from them. They're going to take so much land from them. But nobody knows. Well, actually, they do know about these islands, but nobody knows that Osaka lives on down here as well. So now North Korea's like, our job's finished. We can't take much else except for here, but we're not going to do that. We're going to leave it to Tokyo. We're going to keep expanding. And Tokyo, who knows, if Osaka doesn't surrender, they take this. They don't know that Osaka lives on because this is too far to be contacted with. And now we got Osaka back up. They're going to have a small split. It's not looking good. Osaka's up there, but these people like, we don't want to deal with that. We're in economic debt right now. How are we going to build the resorts here? We don't want to be with you. We don't want to be associated with you. Don't lose our number. And that's how we get the story of So Wrong, who will be hot. No, we already have hot pink. Who will be, no, we already have purple. What color do I have left? There will be orange. So Wrong will be orange. They're gonna start taking this southern part of... Oh, shit. They don't even have the thing I named them after. I did not know it was gonna be that small of a rebellion. Sorry, my bad. Oh, but they're back up anyway. It doesn't matter. Osaka has to fight from 2 angles. They're losing their land. So Wrong is like, hey, get out of here. We don't like you. And Osaka's like, please stop. Peace treaty, peace treaty. And So Wrong is like, you know what? Fine. We're no longer in our economic debt, and we're gonna just drive ourselves into worse of a hole if we keep fighting you. So they're gonna continue on the mission of building resorts down here, but under a new name. And Osaka is back up. They're gonna make a small expansion. They're gonna try to save themselves. They're gonna go onto Peanut Island. They're trying to fight back against Tokyo. And also, by the way, this is a separate government from here. They're just trying to keep their namesake. They're named Osaka. They gotta try to keep their namesake, you know what I mean? Now we're going over to Bangkok, who will fight. Never mind. They see the incoming threat. They're gonna name a castle. They're gonna build a castle to protect themselves a little. Look at the forts. Only 3, but it's cool. Now we're going up to Taipei, still trying to quell the Fuzhou rebellion, and they're going to largely expand. They're going to take over damn near all. They get all of it. Fuzhou has been exterminated. That's a rebellion quelled. And just as they finish their turn, they get word, hey, we need help. And it's Osaka, and they're like, we need to try to get there quickly. Will they get there in time? Who knows? We'll see. We're going back over to Bangkok, who just defended themselves with a castle. They're gonna smallly expand, take some land back from Haiku. Now we're going back up to Taipei. They're gonna small expand. They're gonna be able to get up there. They're gonna start battling North Korea, because that's also an enemy of Osaka. They're taking the lands here. They're gonna go up into mainland mainland Tokyo. They are like, you should have united with us, but you didn't. Now we hate you too, and you're going after our friend. We hate you even more. Now we go back down to Bangkok, who's still at war. They're gonna adopt a religion, and they leave their religion behind for Shintoism. That's Buddhism. Atheism. Wait, oh, we don't have Shintoism anymore, do we? Oh, sorry, my bad. Hold on. They're gonna become atheists. That's even worse. Wait, hold on. No, they're Theravada, sorry. They're atheists now. By God! Well, not by God. Whatever, you get the point. And now Osaka, fighting for the right to live, they're gonna found at a time like this, we're bringing back Shintoism. Shintoism. Let me make sure I spelled that right. Shintoism is making a comeback, baby. Bang! So now they distance themselves from this that you can't see. I hope that we can get rid of that one day. But yeah, fighting for your right to live, and at a time like that, and then you're just gonna found a religion. Crazy to me. Theravada also went deceased as well. We're going to So Wrong, who's down here, So Wrong, the last of the Minzoku Shintoism. They're gonna largely expand. They're gonna take some islands here. They're still trying to build this resort, so they need as much flat land as they can, and the mountain resorts will come later. Now we're going up to Pyongyang on the second last turn. Pyongyang is going to union, and they say to Tokyo, you join us, you're going to lose your color, you're going to lose everything. But we will help you in this fight. And Tokyo's like, we're losing this war. We need to combine. And they decide that it is the time, and also their faith lines up, so they have to do it. Tokyo is dead as they become Pyongyang. And Haiku, we're going to finish the video on Haiku, who decides to mediumly expand. They're going to fight against Bangkok yet again to end this video, as that is turn 100. Let's take a little recap. This is what we're at. We have So Wrong, we have Osaka, we have Taipei, who quelled their rebellion. Osaka and Taipei are fighting against now what is Pyongyang after the unition of Tokyo. We have Haiku, who's at war with Bangkok, and we have Brunei just chilling. This is the faith map mode. We have Minzoku Shintoism, we have Shintoism in purple, we have atheism in red, and we have Buddhism in green. And this is the fort mode of the 3 castles. And this is the origin mode. Even though this really should be, it should be like a split thing. You know what I mean? Like, here, I'm gonna rant real quick. The origin mode, when you unite a thing with something else, it erases one person's origin. but the land that was Tokyo at one point should be colored in red. You know what I mean? It should be. Because this was never part of this until just now, but the origin was Tokyo. And you keep it here, if you click here, origin Tokyo. So why isn't this land not going to be red? You know what I mean? So that's basically it. Also, we have Tokyo origins down here, and these are all independent. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next 100 turns. Zeno, peace out. See you guys.